Yep, some of you have been waiting a while for this, and some of you have already seen this a billion times, and some of you are both. Because everyone has already covered the iPhone 5 on iOS 6, everyone has already talked about it. You really don't need my video. Here's the iPhone 4S. Here is another iPhone 5 on iOS 6. I have both colors. So think of this as a goodbye video. Hello, once again, welcome back. And today we're just going to look at the iPhone 5 and iOS 6, and we're just going to compare it to the 4S. But you already know. You already seen it. You already have enough thoughts about them as I try to awkwardly cover up the IMEI. So I might as well show you just how much better than the 4S is. And I am firmly in the camp that this is way better than the 4S. A lot of people say that, oh, the 4/4S, they picked the design. No, the iPhone 5 did. Look at the glass trim and the aluminum. Your glass looks cheap. This looks way more premium. Look at the shiny text. Look at the chamfered edges. This is just a big chunky piece of glass sitting right on top of the frame. And the aluminum with the color. It's a lot more sleek. And this is the iPhone 5 in white. Look at the jewel quality. Look at that. The aluminum chamfered edges. And people tell me that this looks better than the 5. Like, come on now. Who are you kidding? This one, just silver mirror finish. Just looks great. And honestly, of course, right, they look best with iOS 6. And again, I would like to remind all of you that this is in fact about 20% thinner, 20% lighter. So 9.3, 7.6, 140, 112. So there you go. That's the tail of the tape. And again, it's so light because, you know, the glass is a lot thinner and it's made out of aluminum, so it's a lot lighter. But yeah, hardware wise, right, you already seen it a billion times, right? FaceTime camera in the middle, right? In the back, right, you have the microphone in between the camera and flash, which is not the case on the 4S. You have the new lightning connector, right, which replaces the 30-pin reversible. And then, of course, you have room for the headphone jack, which used to be at the very top. And dual microphones, all of that. Of course, right? Yep, LTE. You can talk about the new A6 chip, which is twice as fast as the A5. But you're not here for the specs. You've never cared about the specs. All you care about is the software. And rightfully so. I mean, just look at this. It just feels right. Oh, I almost slipped down my hands. But it just feels right. And look at the music controls on here. Are you going to get that back? I doubt it. Well, you can downgrade it in a number of different ways. But you're just never going to get the feeling of the iOS 6 style back. You're just not going to get it back. So let's look at iOS 6. Let's just look at what all of this is about. But first of all, let me show you a couple of features. So, and I know that Scott Forstall will end his tenure at the end of this saga, so I'm going to save that one kryptonite feature for the very last. LTE has also been fixed, so yeah, they really fixed the LTE being a little weird. It works in some countries, but it doesn't work with the bands of other countries. Now, it's a much better rollout. Still limited, not a lot of carriers support LTE with this phone, but that's more of a carrier problem than an Apple problem, whereas the iPad 3 was a carrier problem. The hardware not being supportive of as many bands. So at least we got that out of the way, and the iPhone 5 was able to launch. Like, imagine how terrible it will be if the phone launched like this. But I'm just going to talk about the other features as we start with. So, camera, the big thing is panorama. So it's in options and then panorama. And then I can sweep the scene. But even this is not exclusive to the iPhone 5. This is Also available on the 4S. And I did it very poorly, but you get the idea, right? Stitching. You know what this looks like. There we go. Panorama, of course, you get slightly better 1080p HD video with the microphone in the back. And one more thing, you might forget that, there's a hit done. Look at how streamlined everything is. When I'm taking a video, right, of course it is 1080p HD video, I can hit the shutter icon and take a photo while I'm recording video. I actually debuted on the iPhone 5. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So that's the camera on the iPhone 5. Let's look at Passbook. Yeah, Passbook is not really that sophisticated, so this is way before Apple Pay. It is way before anything of the sort. This is just for coupons, for gift cards, and all of that. So you get that, and then of course you have the trash can icon. But again, I'm just gonna flip this around. Can I delete this? No, I can't. So I can't show you it. But if you have passes, right, it gets this really, really nice shredding animation. It's great. I'm going to show you the music app first because I will forget. Now look at the knob of the volume slider. And just look at it. As I tilt it, can you see it? Yep. It reflects in the light. Again, well, this just kind of detail. And because it has so much physical texture detail, it looks so good on the Retina display. Something like, right, the old multitasking tray and how precise the text is. How precise everything is. Right, sure, it's a lot more limited. It is a lot more visually satisfying to use. It just gives you that air of sophistication they just no longer have. The iTunes Store and App Store, in fact, I'm just going to show you in conjunction with the iOS 5 App Store. Before Scott Forstall had to leave, he redesigned the store so you can see the black title bar. And, of course, right, it's a little darker, the storefront, the color palette choice. Right, so it's a lot more modern. And then if you have something like the settings app, right, you can see that it's just a little more modern, a little more updated for 2012. In fact, I am just going to fix the focus here. There we are. We are trying our best. There you go. You can see how much more modern this looks, even for 2012. Even though it's aging, even though it's mostly the same, but you just get it slightly newer looking. And of course, you have a feature like Do Not Disturb, which is great. I mean, isn't this just a lot more comfortable with how much extra landscape space there is? It's just a little more room to spread out, and honestly, I think it's a lot more comfortable to work this way. We're going to look at maps, Marvel one last time, because maps, a lot of things simply would not work. Turn-by-turn directions, unfortunately, does not work, as you can see, even though I'm on Wi-Fi. The mapping solution does not work. It's in 3D, but it simply just would not function. I can peel this back one last time. Can you tell that I'm a little sad that it's gone, even though it's been a full decade and more? Yeah, but that's it. He refused to apologize after Apple Maps' horrible launch, and he was gone, and so is this entire user interface. And that's really the final word of the iPhone 5 on iOS 6. There really isn't much to talk about anything else, because everything else is just overshadowed by this final hurrah. Yep, it's sad. Yep, it's full of Sandra. But don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. That's it.